All the dark ones are half eaten by birds.
Okay, look, a lot of smoke coming our way. There was a devastating tornado in our region.
So we have to assess the damage now. Hi guys! The summer continues here at our country house, so it's great we can be here.
Yeah.
But this week is a little bit different, especially for Peter, because normally when we are here, he has his time off so he can enjoy his time here. But this week he has to work from home as well.
Yeah, so there is less enjoyment for me because I'm attending this virtual conference with European experts on thunderstorm research. So it's interesting, but not that much free time for me now. But we'll come to that.
And the garden is alive, there's more fruit getting ripe, so we will have to harvest it all.
So let's see how it all looks.
Oh my god, I've been harvesting strawberries for like 2 hours now. Who knew there could be so many strawberries on such a small place like this one?
Yeah.
But I think I'm done. These are the last ones. This is everything we've harvested.
Wow. Oh my god,
This
honey.
is just from today. It's crazy.
Yeah. Strawberry overload.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've been harvesting a full bowl like this one every day for the last week or so. More
Yeah.
than a week. So I thought it was under control, but today I decided to collect all of them. And this is the result.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I love it, of course.
I'm picking our cherries. It looks like we have so many of them, but it doesn't look that good.
There's always a but.
Yeah. All the dark ones are half eaten by birds.
Oh.
And there are also some bugs here, also eating them. Some green looking bugs. So I'm trying to pick at least some of them which are almost ripe, that haven't been touched by anybody else, so that we could also taste some cherries.
Yeah.
But it's still better than last year when we didn't have any cherries.
Yeah. There were 0 on this tree.
The tree didn't even flower? I don't know.
Yeah. It looks very pretty from distance.
Okay, it's not as bad as I was afraid.
Whole basket.
Yeah. There are a lot of them eaten or half eaten, but there are so many fruits in total that there are still enough for us.
Yeah. Look at these peonies in the hidden corner of our garden. They are more wild than those in the yard. The flowers are heavy, so they are lying almost on the ground, but they are still pretty. But that's not the reason why we are here. Our electric lawnmower is back from the repair shop. It was broken. There is this thingy which you use to, like, you know, choose the height of the mowing. This one. So we had to get it into the repair shop. It's still under warranty. Based on European law, almost all products have 2 years warranty. So they repaired it in 30 days and it was for free, so that's great. And now it's working and I can mow parts of our garden. The biggest part Tommy already mowed with the tractor, but some areas are hard to access. So that's why I am here and I'm going to do that.
Peter will do the delicate touches.
Yeah, delicate touches, that's me. And now evening relax. It looks so beautiful here. Honey.
We finished mowing and now it looks so fresh again.
Yeah, and tidy. cherries. This is one batch. And this is today's batch. Tommy picked these ones today. I helped a bit.
Very little bit.
Very little bit. So those ones are from yesterday. And we have to do something with them. So we are dehydrating them. We tried to dehydrate a few of them last night. And it looks like it was a success. Right, honey?
Yep. You tasted them, right?
Yeah. So, now, this cherry stoner, which I was amazed by last year, comes in handy. And yeah, we are removing the stones and it's great.
What? Come again?
It's not like in a commercial, you know, there's a lady always and it's like, like so easy, like a breeze. This is not like a breeze. You have to go strong and it gets stuck in there sometimes. Like now. But it's still faster than doing it manually.
Yeah.
So we are using it, it's great, and now we are putting the cherries here and we will let them dehydrate throughout the night. Because we have only a small mini freezer here in this small fridge.
Yeah.
And we are not going back to the city for a week, so it would be all impractical. And there are a lot more cherries on the tree still, so some of them will get dehydrated and we will take some of them to the freezer in the city.
We think.
We think, yeah. Unless the birds are faster and all the cherries are gone all of a sudden. But so far we've been sharing, right? And it's my job to decorate the dehydrator. Yeah, and it looks so pretty.
It looks like a cherry cake, right?
Cherry pie, yeah. Our roses are really beautiful right now. I love how big they are.
So many flowers.
Yeah, so summery yellow looks great. And we have other colors as well. Pink slash red. And here, white slash pink, light pink. Here we have another shrub. And this one's even bigger.
A quick garden update. The garden beds are filling up nicely, at least some of them. Here you can see our tomatoes, which are growing. Some of the ones I planted at first died, so I had to replace them with newer ones. But they seem to be holding for now, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, they look very good now.
Yeah, it looks like we shouldn't need any more plants, hopefully. Here we have dill, which is finally growing up. So it's starting to look good as well. Garlic looks amazing, just like last year.
Yeah.
Almost all the plants survived. There are a couple of them withering, I guess because it was so dry. And I don't water garlic. So that's probably why. Onion is growing nicely as well. A lot of them are here. Almost all of them took. And look at the spinach. There's so much of it. Way more than we had last year.
Yeah.
Because I kept replenishing the garden bed. Whenever I planted a batch and some of the seeds didn't take, I replaced them with newer ones until the bed was full.
Yeah, but we have to hurry because it's starting to bolt.
Yeah.
So flowers are appearing and then the taste will turn to bitter. But now it's delicious.
But I remember last year it was also bolting and it still tasted fine. So we'll
yeah,
see.
that's true. That's just a theory.
Yeah.
Okay, look, a lot of smoke coming our way. Because our neighbor is burning something. Okay.
Workout.
Yeah, oh my god, wow, it stinks. But it stinks like nature, you know, it's not
It's like a forest burning down. It's fine.
No, I wanted to say that it's not artificial smell, something poisonous or, you know.
Yeah, like when the other neighbors are burning plastics.
Yeah, they sometimes burn things from their building. Okay, moving on. What is this?
Here we have leek.
Yeah.
And also we have more pieces than we had last year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year I think we harvested 5 leeks. And now we have, I don't know, 10, 15
Yeah,
of them
a lot
here.
of them.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, next.
Here we have 3 carrots.
I see 2.
Two carrots. Sorry, I was being too generous.
But I see new ones sprouting
Yeah.
everywhere. Honey, so this is a success?
Well, the first batch was not very successful because it was so cold the whole spring. They didn't take. So then I think in May, when it got warmer, I planted second batch, which is growing fine. So I think we'll have a fine harvest, hopefully.
Yeah. Okay.
What's this?
Arugula. Here, random one in the middle of the path, and here, other ones. And here as well, lots of arugula. But last year it was much prettier and it grew more violently. This year it's drier, so this one is not that great, right? Not that big leaves.
Yeah, it went directly into flower. And this one I actually didn't plant it here. It grew up from last year's seeds.
Okay, so that's nice, taking care of itself.
There was supposed to be turnip here. And there are
Okay.
like 3 of them, I think, growing, or 4. I planted more seeds recently, so we'll see if they take.
Okay, so these 3 are turnip.
Yeah, and there's one hiding here, somewhere in the arugula as well.
Okay, and I see some new leaves there.
Yeah, small ones.
Here we have our radishes, but they are coming to an end. This is the last row, right?
Yeah, and I don't have any new seeds.
Yeah. Okay. Strawberries. We have a lot of lettuce here. This is amazing, but it's shame that it's always like all at the same time. So yeah, this will be stressful.
But it's actually 2 batches, so some of them are bigger than others.
Yeah, that's true. This one is the first one to be harvested
We should do it now.
today. Okay, I have a knife prepared. And let's take this lettuce out of the soil or harvest it. It's easy to harvest lettuce. So that's done. Okay, so what's this?
Can you see me in the mist?
Look at this, guys. Wow.
So here we have pak choy, if that's what it's called in English as well. I have no idea what it is. Peter will tell you more.
It's some kind of cabbage. Cabbage-like vegetable. You eat the leaves, and here it's called pak choy.
Yeah, somewhere from Asia. I think.
Okay, next.
Broccoli. 2
Broccoli.
pieces only,
Yeah, that's new.
But I planted more seeds, so hopefully more of them will take.
Okay.
And here cauliflower,
Wow.
which is more successful for now.
Yeah, for now, but it's quite difficult to grow cauliflower, I heard.
I know nothing about it, so I just put some seeds in the soil and I'm waiting what will happen.
Okay, you are so cute. Cute gardener. And here we have our strawberries. Still a lot of them to be harvested.
Yeah.
And here in between this row, there are onions.
Uh-huh.
Because, why?
That was Peter's idea.
Oh, okay, so it was my idea. I read that they like each other. So, and it seems like they do.
Yeah, it's a success.
Yeah, okay, so that's our garden. But this wasn't the best time to film this. But it's more interesting with the smoke, right, honey?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't see you.
Our flower meadow is starting to look very colorful. I love it.
Yeah, it looks very pretty.
I have no idea what these flowers are. They're just some random weeds that Peter's mom sent us, and we planted them. You can see white flowers, blue/purple flowers. I like these yellow ones. They look very nice. There is some wild poppy seed here as well, which is flowering and creating new seeds. So from here, these flowers will hopefully spread on the field and help us transform it into a meadow.
Yeah, I see small pink ones here, and this purple one.
And lavender.
And, yeah, here we have lavender.
And some sunflowers as well, which I planted here. I just randomly threw some seeds here, leftovers from last year, and some of them took. So yeah, it's going well.
Yeah, should be very pretty.
Guys, yesterday evening there was a big thunderstorm, and it looks like a branch fell off our tree, a big one, and it probably destroyed some of our shrubs
Oh my god.
which are underneath. So we have to assess the damage now.
It's a big one, big branch.
Yeah, it could destroy maybe 3-4 shrubs because they are also tiny.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is alive. And yeah.
We have to carefully remove it from here. So
Yeah.
you have to help me.
Let's remove it.
It looks like all these 3 shrubs are alive.
Yeah.
So by a miracle, they were not damaged, only this pole.
Okay, we got lucky.
Yeah.
Looks like we weren't lucky after all. Look at this poor plane tree. It was tall and it isn't anymore. It's totally broken off.
Wow.
So this is sad. Sad day for this tree.
It was our tallest tree
Yeah.
from the ones we planted since we moved here. Not anymore.
Yeah. I don't know what happened because I don't think the wind was that strong, but apparently it was.
Blame it on the weatherman.
No, blame it on the thunderstorm. This part of the tree was weak because there were holes caused by insects that we tried to, repair. But I guess that's the reason that even not that strong wind caused this.
Yeah.
So there was some wind damage on our property, but actually we got really lucky because on that day there was a devastating tornado in our region. So I was at this weather conference with experts from the whole Europe that specialized in thunderstorms and thunderstorm research, and this conference went on throughout the whole week. And every day we practiced a thunderstorm forecast because that's the aim of this conference. You have to learn how to forecast thunderstorms. And we were working in groups, in 3 groups on Thursday, on the day of the tornado. And every group put a level 3 danger on our region. That's the highest level. So we expected heavy thunderstorms. We expected a very big hail in thunderstorms and severe wind gusts. Also a possibility of a tornado, but that's always just a small probability. And then in the evening, we wanted to plant some shrubs with Tommy, right? And we were outside. I was looking at the radar and thunderstorms were coming our way. And I was like, honey, I don't know if we'll have time to plant the shrubs, but let's try. Then it was thundering everywhere, but that thunderstorm dissipated. So we planted the shrubs on and off because it was raining a bit. Then I told to Tommy that he should park the car into our garage because it could be dangerous, maybe hail or something. And yeah, that was it. And then in the evening, I got a phone call from my colleague that there was a tornado, but I expected some minor tornado because usually here we get like 1 or 2 weak tornadoes per year. Some minor damage on trees, or maybe one house gets hit.
Or somewhere in the middle of a field, right?
Yeah, or somewhere in the middle of the field. So it's very rare, and many people think that there are no tornadoes in Europe, but there are. But then I looked at the news.
7 towns and villages have been badly damaged, with entire buildings turned into ruins and cars overturned.
While a tornado ravages the Czech Republic.
Im Süden Tschechiens hat ein Tornado im Grenzgebiet zu Österreich mehrere Dörfer verwüstet.
We begin today in the Czech Republic, where several villages have been ripped through by a tornado.
Nejsilnější tornádo v novodobé historii Česka zpustošilo obce na Hodonínsku.
It was a devastating tornado, F3 or maybe even F4 on the tornado scale, and it was very damaging. It hit 4 villages and almost everything is gone there. All the roofs, the houses are destroyed. There were hundreds of injured people and some casualties as well. And that never happened in our country, such strong tornado. So I was looking at the news and wow, that was very emotional for me.
We were very lucky that it didn't hit us because our house is barely standing as it is.
Yeah,
So-
it would be gone. Our house would be gone. And we were thinking with Tommy what we would do, because people here are not used to tornadoes at all. They don't know what to do.
There was a lot of footage on the news with people filming the tornado instead of hiding, right?
Yeah, because in the US, everyone knows where the nearest shelter is or where to run, and they know it's serious. There is this tornado watch and everything. But here, there's nothing like that. People are not used to it, and there was nowhere to hide. The tornado just hit and everything was gone in seconds. We think this was the strongest tornado that ever happened here in Central Europe, so it was very shocking, this whole event.
So the tornado was about 60 kilometers or 40 miles away from Brno, and maybe 100 kilometers or 60 miles from our country house, right?
Yeah, so still quite far, but it could have happened anywhere, because you don't know where the strong thunderstorm is going to develop, and you definitely don't know if there is going to be a tornado or not. So it was just very random, and we could have been hit as well, so it's quite scary. Then in the evening this thunderstorm came with this wind that damaged the trees, but it was nothing compared to the tornado, of course.
We got lucky.
Yeah.
It's time to check how our gooseberries are doing. It looks like they are getting ripe. We planted several different variants, and this is the red one. And it's turning red and it's getting soft. I can feel it, so I think it could be edible at this point.
It is?
Yeah?
So give me one.
You might remember what gooseberries taste like, right?
I don't remember exactly. Yeah, it's sweet. Yeah, I like it.
Good, because we'll have more in the upcoming years.
Yeah.
Here are our currant shrubs. We have all 3 variants: white currant, red currant and black currant. Black being the best one. And they are only getting ripe, but it's still gonna take some time, so we haven't tasted it yet. Except this one, white currant, looks like it's getting white, which is the desired final state. So maybe I will taste one, just for fun. It's sour, as it should be. And when you take it off the shrub, it goes quite easily, which means it should be ripe probably.
Okay.
Looks like someone's hungry.
Yeah. But I always want to taste bigger amount because one bowl is not enough for me. I want to have, you know, white currant taste overload.
So greedy.
Yes. Okay, so this is maybe enough. Ah. Wow, it's so sour. But you are right, it should be like this. So I think it's right.
That's why I like the black one the most, because it's a little bit more sweeter.
Yeah. Sweet kinds of fruit are better.
Finally, we're done harvesting for this stay.
We have so much of everything. Wow. So endless amount of cherries. Strawberries, of course, but they are slowly coming to an end. So there are less and less of them on the garden bed.
Yeah, this might be the last batch.
Yeah, probably. And here, a tiny amount of Kamchatka honeysuckle. Just a small amount. We already showed you that. So
Yeah.
it's edible. It's a special variety of honeysuckle.
It's still nice to have.
Yeah. What else?
So much spinach.
Oh my god, we are going to be so strong.
Yeah, we'll probably need to put it in the freezer.
Yeah. And here we have lettuce.
So dirty.
Yeah, it's very dirty, very muddy. 2 heads, I think. And there is a lot more in the garden. But we can't freeze this because, I don't know, it wouldn't be great.
I think it would be a green goo
Yeah.
after defreezing it.
Yeah, and we don't want a green goo. So we have to eat it fresh. So that's why only 2 of them now, and hopefully the rest will survive.
Yeah.
Because it's evening and we have to leave again.
Yeah.
Not again, we've been here for 2 weeks, but we are going now to the city because, yeah, work.
Yeah. Boo.
Boo.
It doesn't look like it, but this takes so much time to pick it all.
Yeah, harvesting the fruits and vegetables is time consuming.
I didn't even have time to weed out the garden because I just kept harvesting everything.
Yeah, and it will be more in the coming years. At least the fruits. The
Yeah.
vegetables we decide because how much you plant, that much we harvest.
Yeah. So maybe I will not plant anything next year. We will just harvest fruits all the time.
Yeah. But it's great to have, of course. It's just a lot of work to harvest everything.
And the cherries are so tasty. I love them.
Yeah, they are. So, this is the end of this video, and we'll see what's next for us. So, see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye!